Tonight, we're joined by Elizabeth May of the Green Party of Canada. She is going back to the House of Commons, the lone Green to win a seat Monday night. She joins us from that other beautiful Sydney in this country on Vancouver Island. It's nice to see you, Elizabeth May.
It's great to see you, Todd, and it's lovely to be back with CTV Atlantic. Thank you.
And you're going to be heading back to Ottawa, as I mentioned. Your co-leader, Mr. Pedno, resigned. He didn't win his seat, so that puts you as a lone Green. What is the immediate future hold for your party? Is the Federal Green Party still a party?
Yeah, oh yes, of course. And we had some very close finishes. It's a heartbreaker that Mike Morris, the other Green MP from Kitchener Centre, was very close in his riding, and that wasn't expected at all. And we had a number of other close finishes, but it was a weird election. Let's all agree on that. With Pierre Poilievre losing his seat and Jagmeet Singh losing his seat, it's not nothing that the Green Party leader is heading back with a decisive win here in Saanich Gulf Islands. That said, I never expected to go back by myself. I served as the sole Green MP when I made the first breakthrough in 2011, and I know how to make that one seat deliver results. I've done it before, and I can do it again. But I'm still, it's there's no question. It's a bittersweet thing to win your own seat and have so many colleagues come close and not get across the finish line.
I want to ask you about a bit of reporting that came out yesterday about what you might be doing when you head back. You suggested you wouldn't mind being Speaker of the House.
Well, actually, I was asked that, and I don't know why I keep being asked that, but yes, I've always, I've said before, I love Parliament and I love our rules, and I wish we observed our rules. So a number of previous Speaker elections, the way a Speaker's election works, every member of Parliament is considered in the running for Speaker, and you have to proactively send a letter and say, don't consider me.
Right.
I've left my name in the hat a number of times without campaigning to be elected Speaker, because in the round of speeches before people vote, I'm able to underscore some things that I think we need to fix to improve decorum in the House of Commons.
Well,
so
and the track record, the track record's not been great the last few speakers that we had. Look, the other thing that was brought up that you'd be interested in perhaps a cabinet seat if it was if the phone call came. Would you cross the floor to do that? Would you be willing to change
never.
colors? No.
No. And it's funny the questions people ask you, and then it becomes as if you suggested it yourself. Look, Greens around the world often sit in the cabinet with other parties, but one thing we don't do is change our colors to do it.
Okay.
So it's a minority parliament. I regard my job as from the minute Trump won the election in November of last year, I'm on Team Canada. And the way I describe it is, we have elbows up, but arms outstretched. We want our friends and neighbors from the United States to know they're welcome here. We want more tourism. Let's say, Canada, let's go. Don't go on vacation to the United States. Canadians, we got a lot to explore in our own country. Don't go outside our borders. Just, Cape Bretoners, come visit the other Sydney. British Columbians, go visit Cape Breton.
To the Atlantic coast.
There are so many parts of this gorgeous country to visit. We don't need to spend any dollars in the United States, but we should always be welcoming tourists from the U.S.
A couple more questions I want to get in before our time is up. This was a difficult election for third parties. Do you think this was an anomaly, or are we becoming a two-party nation?
I hope it's an anomaly. We know what happens south of the border with a two-party, Republicans, Democrats. Two-party politics are not in our DNA as Canadians. We've generally had 3, 4, and 5, 6 parties in our parliament, and we do want to keep the multi-party approach. We're in a minority parliament now, and that compensates for the horrors of first past the post. If Justin Trudeau had kept his promise, which he repeated I don't know how many thousand times, we would not have a situation now where parts of the country feel shut out by an election, a lot of people who voted for their party of their choice, and then their vote doesn't count because of first past the post. It's time to revisit first past the post. That's one of my top priorities when I next speak to Prime Minister Mark Carney, is let's fix this now before the dysfunction in our voting system really damages our democracy.
Finally, the environment was pretty much absent from this campaign, certainly among the two large parties. Is this becoming an issue only when people feel comfortable that their financial situation's in order?
Well, survival on this planet should be an issue all the time. Climate science isn't, the planet and the atmosphere aren't interested in negotiating with humanity. It's like there's some real there's some red lines, and they're not up to us to negotiate. We have to actually act on the science we've been given. We know, I mean, goodness, the kinds of events that we've had just looking at Atlantic Canada between Hurricane Fiona and May 2023 with a summer, a month of wildfires and then floods. British Columbians have got it particularly hard. Just below the surface, whenever I talk to any Canadian, are you worried about the climate? The answer is yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And we need to take action. And the cowardice, I'm sorry to use that word, but the cowardice of the NDP, the Liberals, and the Conservatives, but particularly the parties that claim to care about climate, the NDP and the Liberals, running away from the issue. We'll never run away from it, but there are ways to approach the climate crisis that put us on a sturdier economic footing in dealing with Donald Trump, that we have to do all of these things at the same time while protecting democracies around the world, while standing with Ukraine, while approaching issues of peace and security. None of these things can be dealt with as if they're sequential. We have to deal with them all. We have to deal with them fast, and we have to stay united as Canadians while doing it. So
Elizabeth,
I'm glad to have a voice.
I'm sorry, we're going to, we could talk about this for quite a while. I'm going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much. We know you'll be taking those concerns, and you'll certainly be heard in the House of Commons. And thanks for taking some time for us again.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thanks, Todd.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with much more of your local news right after this.